Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. Since today's meeting is all about impromptu speaking, so I have also come with zero preparation from my side. And I don't have really something to say today. But I would just say that people join Toastmasters with various goals. But together, the mission of our club is to provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop speaking, communication, and leadership skills. On that note, let me call upon the president of our club, Mr. Toastmaster Karanveer Singh. He is currently doing his bachelor's from IT University, and I would say he's extremely hardworking and always there to support the club. Karanveer Singh.
Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters, communicators, leaders, and dear guests.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you. Are you all feeling happy today?
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's have a 30 seconds close eyes for, then let's pray for the world. Thank you very much. In your life, have you ever faced a situation where your friend, your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, or your spouse has ever said to you, "You don't give enough time to me. You don't have time for me at all. You have time for everything in the world, but you don't have time for me." Thank you. On this note, I would like to share a story of two friends. Two friends were going through a desert, and while they were talking, a fight happened, and one friend chose to slap the other one very hard. And he slapped him really hard, but the person who got slapped did not say anything. He just stood there and wrote on the sand, "My best friend slapped me." And the story got continued, and when they reached the point where they saw an oasis for the water, and when they started to go to that water, the friend who just got slapped also started drowning in that because it was too deep. The other friend, of course, jumped into water and pulled him out. And after pulling him out, he wrote on a stone, "My best friend saved me." The friend got confused and he asked, "Why did you write 'My friend slapped me' on sand while you wrote 'My friend saved me' on a stone?" He said, when the feelings are very hard, you do not want to write it on a stone. Because if you write it on a stone, no wind of forgiveness can ever wash it away. But if you write it on sand, a few minutes from now, a few hours, few days, the wind of forgiveness will take it away. When our life is running really, really busy, some areas of our life get into spotlight. My personal example being my own work training, which is going on right now. So the other areas, friends, Toastmasters, college, everything got on the backstage, and the only spotlight for me right now is my training work. And I'm not able to give that much of time to other areas. But that does not mean I don't love them. There will come a time when the spotlight will go back again to CDTM, which goes every Tuesday evening when I come here. And I would like to thank you all for doing that. On this note, let's welcome the people who have joined us today. First of all, I would like to also welcome a new member of our club, Mr. Arun Prajapati. Also, help me acknowledge the presence of past international president, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak. Sure. So thank you so much. Now it's time to welcome people on the stage who have taken their first step towards communication and leadership journey. We have guest Deepak joining us. Guest Deepak, would you like to please tell who you are? What's your name? How did you come to know about Toastmasters?
Thank you. Hi, I'm Deepak. I'm from Vaishali, Ghaziabad. And as for my profession, I'm an auditor under Ministry of Defense. I'm currently posted in Delhi Camp. I've been a part of this club. I was here in 2018, and these days I'm reconsidering my decision. Maybe I want to join it back. So that's why I'm here. Thank you for having me here.
Do we have any virtual guests, Shivani? Sure, thank you. So when your partner fights with you, anything you do does not matter. He or she still will be angry for some time. But only thing which you can do is try to bring out your impromptu skills and think of something out of the box. And this is what we are going to learn here today in this meeting. This whole meeting is going to be full of table topics. And not the usual ones where we get a topic, you speak on it and you go back. But you will get a different kind of topic. That's of course a surprise, and surprises with the segment masters only. When they come on stage, they will tell you what it is. Now it's time to welcome the person who is going to take this meeting forward, the host of this meeting, Toastmaster Anmol Isar. With this table topic mania today, Toastmaster Anmol Isar, Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, so imagine if we all just came into a meeting and there was no script. No script. You don't have to prepare for it. You don't need to prepare for a script. You don't need to prepare for a script. Imagine if we all just came into a meeting and just spoke our mind. Be free of what's weighing us down. Anyone? Can't think of it, right? You're still mentally preparing for it. Any other? Are you less dry? Only mine? Okay. Well, that's what the speeches are going to be today. Nothing can mentally prepare you for what happened today. Today will be from speeches from our various, from the various people who will be giving, from our various table topic themselves. Now, but forgetting it already. So, the first segment will be your table topic. Simple. Table topic master is going to come to the stage. He's going to call whoever they want and they're going to give you an impromptu speech. Simple, right? Simple? Okay. That's the story. In the second segment will be your evaluation segment. In there, the table topic master, as well as the people who spoke the impromptu speeches, will be evaluated. Also, I forgot the theme of today's meeting. I've almost forgot. Let's just make it. Oh yes, carpe diem. Carpe diem. You know what carpe diem means? Seize the day. Seize the day. Absolutely. Can we have a round of applause for Team Kadhiwan? Okay, so let's introduce our audience. So, also there'll also be a bunch of auxiliary role players who will be keeping an eagle eye on the meeting today. So let's introduce them, shall we? Yeah. Okay, so first auxiliary role player is a Toastmaster who I saw for the first time when he played the language evaluator. And he hesitated in his speech. He came to the stage, he was very scared. But now that I see him, he has opened up a little bit. He can speak a little bit. little room of improvement. I've seen a little bit of growth in him. And he's even made me laugh, by the way. So, please welcome your timer of today's meeting, TM Kannan.
So according to a flawed study, if you come late, you're gonna live longer. So it study is totally flawed because what's important in it that the people who came late didn't take any stress of the time. So that's what my message is. Don't take any stress of the time. And with that note, today I'm going to play the role of timer and keeping the table topic segment. I'm going to show the green card on 1 minute, 1.30 seconds yellow card, and 2 minutes a red card with upper limit of 30 seconds. And for speech evaluators, I'm gonna show the green card at 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes a yellow card, and 4 minutes a red card with the upper and lower minutes of 30 seconds. Thank you.
See, you did it. See, I saw growth in it. I told you I saw growth in it. So the next person who I'm about to call is a veteran. With honest confession, when I was still a guest, I was at my second meeting as a guest, and this certain person was one of the prepared speakers. And the way this person used just a common device, just like a phone in her meeting for sound effects. And I thought, you can do that? You can use a phone in a way to make your audience more you can make your audience engage in a meeting through a simple device as a phone. And I thought I'm going to use one of this sort of inspired me to have some of my own ideas during when I wanted to play the parliamentarian. And finally, she is also playing a parliamentarian in today's meeting. So please welcome on the virtual stage, TM Rashmi.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Anmol. And a very good evening to all of you. A very good evening to all of you. Are you full of vim and vigor? Show me a thumb. Good, good. Thank you very much. So I would digress a little bit, dear Toastmasters. After a gap of 2 years, when the children are back to school, they are full of excitement and euphoria. And as a result, sometimes they are breaking the rules. But what we have done is that we have started raiding the classrooms. Surprise raids are being conducted. So in this manner, I won't go into the details. In this manner, we are trying to discipline them because discipline is ultimately needed to enhance learning. Don't you believe that? So in our meetings, all of us are grown up. We are not kids. We have joined the meeting on our own wishes. Still, we need to learn a lot. And for that, we need to maintain the decorum in the meeting. We need to follow certain rules and regulations. And for that, I am here as the parliamentarian of the day. And I'll be trying to keep an eye on the physical room, that is the members present in the physical room, virtually through the help of one or the other member who is sitting there, as well as some of the virtual members who are there to boost my morale here in the virtual room also. So let me just remind you, you all are already aware. Those who are sitting virtually, please switch on your cameras throughout the meeting and keep your audio on mute. Just unmute yourself whenever required to speak. Also, you must show your virtual raise of hand whenever you have to reply to some query or whenever you are willing to speak. Sometimes if you feel hungry or thirsty, you can take a micro break and very quickly come back without switching off or switching off the camera, depends on you. So those who are sitting in the physical room, there is a humble request that you may attend the meeting zestfully. You are excited, of course, when you are sitting face to face, but do not indulge in any kind of talking when the speakers are speaking. Try to maintain the serenity in the room, right? And also, please keep your mobiles either on switch off mode or on silent mode. I hope this meeting will be full of surprises and learning. Thank you, and back to you, teammate of the day.
Now, the next person who I'm about to call almost has a hypnotic way of speaking. The way he speaks almost has a rhythm to his speech. Almost like his speeches have a life of their own. So please welcome the language evaluator for today, TM Bhavani.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Imagine we get any topic to speak suddenly, then what will happen? Our physical state, our mental state, our heartbeat change. Is it not?
Yes.
We go in mania state of mind, right? So if there are many techniques, but if we learn one technique that I will tell you, commanding our language, that is one of the techniques by which you can overcome mania state of mind. Okay, and this can be possible only by practice. Today, word of the day, serenity. It is encouraged to use this word, and I will give my final report in evaluation segment. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, TM Bhavani. Now, the next person who I'm about to call actually was one of the best prepared speeches in last week's meeting, with her speech on the importance of mentorship. Sorry for that. And when it comes to her auxiliary role play, she does precise and to the point evaluation. So please help me in welcoming your listener for today's meeting, TM Pooja.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anmol. And today's theme, impromptu speaking, I haven't prepared, and I don't know what I'm going to speak in next 1 minute. I will prepare it now. And thinking of speaking, I think listening is more important than what we talk and what we speak. And that's the reason we have 2 years. So today, with a lot of serenity, I am going to sit and listen to all the prepared speakers, auxiliary role players, and impromptu speakers, and then ask my questions later in the meeting and check who was listening and who was actively listening in today's meeting. Over to the Toastmaster.
So now the next person who I'm about to call next was actually the person who inspired me for my topic as table topics master in last week's meeting. Well, see, a little history. When I did my first icebreaker speech, he was the table topics master at that time, and he put a little twist to his table topic. So please, without further ado, please help me in welcoming on the virtual stage our counter for today's meeting, TM Shashank.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening. That was awkward, right? So let me start again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I will be playing the role of our counter for today's meeting. Now, coming on to the theme of today's meeting, table topic mania. Now, table topic is a long-standing Toastmasters tradition which is intended to help the members of the Toastmasters to develop their ability to speak impromptu and to organize their thoughts quickly and respond to impromptu situations, topics, or even to a question. Now, the reason we are here is to hold space for each other to improve. And the most crucial part of our today's theme is to do your best and have fun. But while speaking, we all may have few instances of ahs and ums and even pauses that may at sometimes feel awkward, right? But it is important that we don't let them these things overshadow our speeches, and we should recover quickly to deliver our speeches very effectively. Generally, our inner critic is very harsh at us, but I will just note down the filler words and I will present my final report in the evaluation segment. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Feeling bored? Well, I'm joking, I'm kidding. Don't worry, I'm not bored. How can I be bored when I'm with my fellow Toastmasters, right? Right? Yeah. So, here to make us laugh, I'm calling someone who actually mistook for an R counter in last week's meeting. Please help me in introducing your joke master of today's meeting, TM.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, friends, and guests. I was about to say my last week's speech, but yeah, getting my mind out of that. Okay, Ritwik texted me last Sunday, and he said, "Dude, you will be playing the role of joke master." And I texted him back, and I said, "Can you skip it until Will Smith is in India?" He sent me a rolling eye emoticon, and I understood what he meant. But I asked to myself, maybe now, but let me try. So I won't joke about anybody hair fall or something like this. I will talk about the person whom I admire the most. I admire his wisdom, I admire his intelligence, and that is none other than myself. I'll tell you about my struggle with English language when I was a kid. I think it was 4th standard, not sure about the standard, but English teacher came in and she suddenly asked out of the class, who knows the grammar better? Or who knows the tenses? And I rose my hand like the confidence Ritwik has, the confidence that can move mountains, right, along with the waters around it. So I rose my hand, everybody was shocked, and I said, yes, I know the tenses. So she said, okay, Ram is walking. Which tense? I replied with the confidence, it's a sentence. I got beaten up pretty badly that day. Similarly, one of my teachers asked me, what's your father's name? And I offended by hearing this. Father with an X? What is this?
I was furious inside me. But as I said, I consider myself very intelligent and a man with a wisdom. Suddenly I realized what that extra S means. So I said, yes, my father named Sri Govind Shah and Mahatma Gandhi. So that's how I introduced. And then later on, I grew up and I joined call center to become a better speaker. So first 15 days, I went through the training of a call center, and then I was in flow. It was my first day of calling, and I was an Australian customer. So maybe you don't know, but Australians are the rudest of all. So the call came in, and before that I was full of serenity, but the call lost my serenity because the caller calls in and I said, hi, this is Darwin, how can I help? And the reply came in, are you the same stupid idiot and one F word that I just spoke with? And I heard that stupid idiot and that F word, and I was, no sir, I'm the other one. So having said all this, this is all, in fact, if you don't laugh on any joke, that was created for silent laugh. That's it. Thank you very much.
So, let's start today's impromptu speaker segment, right? Now, the person who I'm about to call is an actor. Yes, he's an actor. I'm looking at you, actor. The way he speaks, the way he conveys emotions is almost magnetic. I aspire to be like him. I aspire to convey emotions as he does in his speeches. I still remember one of his icebreaker speech, what do you fear? Am I saying it correct?
Yes.
One of which inspired me to show a bit of my emotion from my side. Please, without further ado, please welcome his first table topics master with his segment titled by yours truly, Mania.
Thank you. So, table topics in terms of speech is very scary, actually, for me. The first day I came in the physical meeting, those partners, why table topics? Just like Julius Caesar said, seize the day. I seized the day, I seized the opportunity. He also said, Veni Vidi Vici, which means he came. I also said the same. I came to the stage. He saw, I looked into everyone's eyes, and Vici, I blundered. I blundered my first speech just like every impromptu speaker here. But today, I don't think that's going to happen because I owe today's success. The only reason I am so serene and confident over here today is because of the Toastmasters of the day, T.M. Moore. He, at the last moment, made me believe in myself, told me that even with just normal topics, I can achieve greatness. And with this, I would like to start this table topic session for today. Let us go. Anyone? Please. T.M. dash. What, according to you, is the most stupid, the most dumbest magical ability anyone can have, and why?
Stupid, dumbest magical ability.
Yes, that one can have, and why?
The stupid, most dumbest magical power that one can have is to be invisible. I'm telling you. First of all, this particular magical power can be used for a lot of purposes. Sometimes that, sometimes good. But why I feel dumbest is why to change the forces of nature? Why not to remain the same? Why not to believe in the fact that we in this world have come for a purpose and that some certain powers are not given to us for certain reasons. But at the same time, the other part of my life, the other segment, the other hemisphere of my particular personality says, why not to have this particular power? Because I really want to move in one of those
very secret offices of the parliament and see what actually happens there. For me, my country has been a very important part of my life, and I've brought myself up reading books. But sometimes I feel the so-called dumbest magical power can also turn into a superpower. In the sense, maybe I can flash out certain scams being made in the particular parliament. No wonder we have all learned that sometimes secrecy can also lead to corruption. But as they say, things which are done once, who were thought to be crazy one day, at the end they became the genius. That's what I said.
I would like to be invisible for one day just to disturb TM with the serenity. So, anyone else who would volunteer for the debate topic?
Pick anyone.
TM Vedant. What is the most beautiful, most serene view that you have ever seen?
Okay, so on my first day of college, I just entered my branch. It was in first floor. Our classroom was F35, and you know what's the most beautiful view? I had this imagination that engineering में तो girls होते नहीं है यार. When I went inside, my God, we had a batch strength of 62, and I saw 18 girls. Believe me, I counted them. The moment I entered, I counted everyone. And you know what? The three most beautiful girls. I just on the first day we were having an introduction. So we all told our name, from where we came from, what was our JE rank, and all things that. And then I was just seeing, gosh, iska roll number mere saamne. And you know what? My name starts with BE, and my roll number was 53. And the three most beautiful girls, their name was Trixie, Vaishnavi, Vibha. Now, Trixie's roll number was 51. Vaishnavi was 52. I was 53, and 54 was Vibha. And throughout my whole college life, we all were in the same group, like the same practical group in almost all the subjects. And I was the only boy in the whole group. So it was a very it was a serene view at that time when I went inside. And
Can we have a round of applause for TM Vedant's laughter? Just laughter. Any guests? Any guests who would like to volunteer? Is there any? How do you feel about putting pineapple on pizza?
Okay. Some maybe feel it like it's a weird combination, but some people really like pineapple on pizza, but not only pineapple. It should be some more ingredients on the top of the pizza. It is called Hawaiian pizza, and so many people like it, and I also love it. And but it needs to be prepared very well. It is you have to be cooked it very well. You can have it on thin crust base, or you can have it really cheesy burst pizza, and the combination sounds very weird with the cheese, but few people really like it. So I think it's personal choice what kind of pizza you want to have on a particular day, and it's also about your mood. If you're feeling very but it's raining and outside, and you don't want to have pizza, pineapple on the pizza, but some other day on a very summery day and it's very sweaty weather, you can have pizza with pineapple. So this is a personal choice again. Thank you so much.
My personal choice,
I love it. I love pineapple on pizza. I know you would give me some hate for it, but I genuinely love it. Now, any real guess? Yeah. What is that one thing that you've tried in your life, but you would never dare do it again?
Alright. So back in 2017, it was my last year of college, and my friends decided to go on a trek. Unfortunately, I also joined them, and it was something that I would regret for the rest of my life. So the trek was 8 kilometers long, but for some absurd reason, my friends decided that we would trek the entire way from the place that we were staying in to the topmost point of the trek, and it became 12 kilometers long. And I remember we left our rooms at around 12 p.m. That's like the midday, that's noon. And through that scorching heat, and also we were carrying our luggage with us. Like we had 2 and 3 kgs behind us, and we were carrying it. And I remember midway through the trek, I was depleted. I didn't have enough of energy left in me. And I remember my friend was holding my bag for me and telling me, just walk. And that's something that I did, and I would never dare to do that again. So yeah, thank you. Absolutely.
Anyone else? Yes. What is the most expensive thing that you've ever bought that was worth the price?
I'm starting losing my serenity. The most expensive thing I have ever bought, and which
What's the price?
which was the price?
Yes. What's the price?
Actually, I am a value buyer. I have been a value buyer throughout my life, but in 2016, I got interested into running. So I went for around, say, my maximum mileage is 50 kilometers. So I have done 50 kilometers running, and I have done so many marathons also. So eventually, I would not like to buy a shoe for, say, 6,000 rupees. I purchased that shoe, and with that shoe, I went around, 5-6 marathons and full marathons, and around 20 half marathons, and so many runs. So that is the thing, and eventually going through that phase or that experience, I realized that this is the one thing with the help of which I could go through the distances, and this is somebody's dream to run a distance, longer distances. So it gives you serenity also. So I recommend if you go for long runs, it will calm your mind. That's it. Thank you.
I too, with a huge amount of effort, can run for 2 kilometers. So the next guest is a road master. Yes. If you could go back in time and tell your younger self one thing or one advice or anything, what would that be?
Okay. So good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I have got this topic earlier as well, and what I say that if I could go back in time, then what would be the thing that I would tell my younger self was that when I was very young, I did one thing which I regret, which I should not do, but it became a memory for me. That is, I was in KG class, and that was my first day in school, in KG class, obviously. So what I did, our drawing teacher gave us sheet for making some pictures. And from the very beginning, from the beginning of my life, I was very interested in art, and still I'm an artist. So what I did in lunch break, the shelf in which the sheets were not kept, I took them. I just opened that almirah. I took them and I kept it in my bag. Took those sheets to my home, and when my mom checked my bag, that there were so many sheets, and she was like, Disha, where have you got these sheets from? I was like, Mom, I stole these sheets from my school. And she was like, what have you done? You even realize I lost my serenity, and I was like, what should I do now? So this is the particular thing which I would definitely like to tell my younger ones, that don't do this thing, and you will regret for the same in future. Thank you, and over to the leader.
Now, I would like to request guests on the virtual stage to please volunteer for the tabletop session.
We have guests from in the virtual audience. Then, Shiva, if you are listening us, would you like to take a favorite topic next? Toastmaster Rashmi would do next.
Shall I say the topic? Okay.
Yes.
What do you think is trending now, but would be an embarrassment in 10 years from now?
Well, because they say everything you learn in life somewhere connects to your profession also. So today also the topic I got is whatever is trending nowadays could be regrettable in later days. So as a teacher, what I'm experiencing nowadays, that over the last 2 years, the children have made their IDs in large number on Snapchats and Instagram, and there's small kids who have joined these platforms, hardly realizing how they can use them in a beneficial manner, or how not to be distracted by this. So this trend is increasing a lot, and daily, as I have initially also told you, that we are conducting raids, we are finding mobile phones which are being carried to classroom by the children. And I would share you one thing. While I was conducting a Viva, it was final Viva of class 11, and a child plugged in the Bluetooth in his ear, hiding under his hair, and he was listening to the music, or he was playing the side, he had switched on the site whichever he wanted to plug in. So look at this. I believe this distraction, this mania has become a distraction nowadays among children, among teenagers, among people who do not realize the potential of these platforms, how well they can be used if they are used wisely. But if they are limited and used wisely, then only they would be beneficial. So I believe this trend is really dangerous. If it is not used wisely, it would prove to be like a knife, which if not used wisely, could result into disaster. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashmi. And with that, I would like to end my segment of table topics. Back to TMOD.
Pretty good. Didn't he do good? He did good, right?
Yeah.
Now, how do we decide who was the best teacher? How do we decide? I don't know. What's this? A piece of paper. First speaker, second speaker, third speaker, fourth speaker. How do we decide? I'm getting a little confused. So can I call Mr. President to come and explain to us how these ballots could work in our meeting today?
Thank you.
A round of applause.
Good evening, friends. We are back to the basics. Can we skip to the good part? So people in the virtual stage will get ballots on Zoom, and for us, we have this sheet called ballot sheet. For today, we are going to write the name. Who do you think was the best table topic speaker? I'll ask her to read the name in a while, and you need to put down that name and fold it, and we'll collect those sheets, and then we'll finally decide who it was. Now you can definitely keep your phones in the pocket or in your bag so that they do not interrupt your experience. Shivangi, can you please read the names?
The polls have been launched for the virtual audience for members at the venue. The table topic speakers were after the first Toastmaster Dash, secondly Toastmaster Vedant, Toastmaster Megal, Toastmaster Deepak, Toastmaster Arun Prajapati, Toastmaster Pragya, and then Toastmaster Rashmi.
That was Diksha.
After Toastmaster Ruth was Toastmaster Deepak.
Yes,
Again Toastmaster Deepak. Then our newest member Toastmaster Arun. Then Toastmaster Pragya, and lastly we had Toastmaster Rashmi.
The name mentioned as Toastmaster Pragya is actually Toastmaster Diksha. So please write Diksha. Back to you, Toastmaster.
A round of applause for our president. Now, the second table topic master who, or you can vote it out. I'll wait. Are we done? Round of applause. Round of applause. Let's wait for 30 more seconds. Sure. Okay. Everybody settled? Okay. So this next table topic master who I'm about to call was last week when I was the table topic master told me, don't call me for an impromptu speech, please. I'm the general evaluator that way. Surprisingly enough, she is the table topic master this week. Please help me in welcoming TM Navya with her table topic CDTM, with her segment topic CDTM Mark. TM Navya, CDTM Mark.
You. 300 के 2, 200 के 2, 100 का 1, 50 के 2. Okay. How many of you have been to Sarojini Nagar or any local market? Okay, so many. So this is a scene there. Am I right? So today we'll be playing a game in this segment. The segment is called CDTM Mart. What I'll be doing is, so I am carrying this bag and it has various products. So I'll be calling one by one, each or like 6 to 7 members, and then I'll call one by one. So the member would come here, pick up a product from the bag without seeing, and then he has to sell that product to all the audience in this room. And let's see who wins this segment. With that note, and for the virtual guests, you can tell me whenever you want to come, and I'll pick for you, and then you can sell your product to the audience. So who wants to come first? Any volunteers? Come on, anyone? Welcome to Toastmasters Omega. Choose something from this bag and the rest you know.
A very good evening, Toastmasters and guests, and to the virtual audience we have here. Well, this is a bottle, as you can see. But is it an ordinary bottle? No. Well, what is your wildest guess? Is it that those kind of bottles that keep cold water cold and hot water hot? Is that the specialty of this bottle? Well, in this bottle, we have a special kind of juice or a potion, whatever you would like to call it. And this potion is a wish-granting potion. Any wish. And you know what? And it is not specifically materialistic wishes like a car or a bungalow or a diamond jewelry or something like that. But if I would have been in the place of the buyer, I would use this water, this potion for a specific reason. And that is to grant people or myself the wish that nobody in the world could be stronger than me, that I could influence minds and conquer this world. Now, this is very, very special. Only one in the world. So now, my bidders, my lovely, lovely buyers, who all are in to buy this precious potion here? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Omega. I feel some of you were convinced with the water bottle. So who's next? Toastmaster Bhavya. There you go. You don't have to see, just put your hand in the bag and
A mask of which threads are broken. I'll take that as it. Do you all believe in signals, the universal signals which we all get? Well, I do believe in it. And that is the reason today I'm holding this mask without the thread. This is a significant thing. Why? Because it shows us that COVID-19 soon will be over. And you won't be required to keep this mask on your face while traveling. So I would say this is an efficacy. If you all buy this, then definitely COVID is never gonna touch you. Because this is special. This is significant in its own sense that COVID is coming. So my message to you all, buy some mask, give people a message that okay, COVID is going, and that's why I'm carrying a mask without a thread, and I want to set an example in the society that soon things will be back to normal. I hope all of you want things to be back to normal, isn't it? Recently, while I was sitting in my classroom, I was doing my coaching since February. But in this past 3-4 months, today was the first time my professor asked me to please wear a mask. Now I was carrying this mask. I told him, dear professor, do you realize that how significant this mask is? I could not even wear it. And someone gave it to me because it was very significant and I believe that COVID will go and you should also believe it. I gave him a table topic of 1 to 2 minutes and guess what? He instantly bought it. It is for 50 rupees and he bought it. I wondered why he did that, but he did believe in me. And he is someone who has been teaching since 25 years, a very learned person. So even if you are not believing me, I think you should do something. And that teacher, if you want a confirmation, talk to me after this. I'll surely be giving you that. So, are you ready to buy this mask? Because we say to COVID that please go and this mask is sent. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavya. Who's next? Here to sell XYZ product. Deepak sir?
I'm very poor.
You see?
Scientific calculator. Scientific calculator.
Look at the device that I have in my hand. Fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, isn't this a magical device? Years ago, many, many years ago, when I was in school, well, actually not so many years ago, I used to calculate not using such devices. I used to use my fingers. And imagine how long it would take for me to calculate 2,327 multiplied by 4,596. Can you guess? Anybody? More than that. But then, later in my life, came this wonderful device that helped me compute whatever I wanted in seconds. Can you imagine? In seconds. Do you want to have that power in your hand to do things in seconds instead of minutes or hours? Yes? Yes. Then, my friend, don't look elsewhere because this magic device is coming to you in your hands and you will wield the power. Once you have the power, you can be as serene and calm as you want because the magic is with you. But I'm sure you're trying to figure out how much would this powerful device cost you, right? You want to know how much is this powerful device going to cost you? You want to know? Yes. It's coming to you at 50 paise. You want it?
Yes. I want to buy it.
Here you go, okay. Madam, favorite topic master.
Okay, thank you, Deepak sir. Well, we were able to sell one product, actually sell one product to a customer here today. Who's next? Yes, Toastmaster Bhavana.
Toastmasters and guests. This is wonderful instrument. This can show you at which time what you are doing. This can remind you that you are wasting your time. This can also remind you you are utilizing your time. Remember, when you are when you have to prepare for exam and 2 days are remaining, then how many times you see this wonderful instrument. When you have to give any preparation, when you have to give any competitive exam, so that time when you practice any step, remember what is the importance of this wonderful instrument. Remember when you are working at some place, so there also this is wonderful instrument, because there are some definite time 9 to 5 or 10 to 5. Okay, so before 9 and after 5. Okay, you can go to home, but between that, if you want to go, then you need permission. Okay, and that would be given by this wonderful instrument. So there are multiple advantages. I can say there are 1,000 last advantage of this wonderful instrument. So I would say everyone must have this wonderful instrument. If you are not having this wonderful instrument, then you must purchase this wonderful instrument, and cost is very nominal. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavanand. Anyone from virtual field?
We have Toastmaster Pragati.
Okay. So I
Toastmaster Pragati, you're joining us.
Okay. So Toastmaster Pragati, here's your product. Can you see it?
Hello, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, this is a hat.
Yeah, it's
Hello?
a cap.
Yeah. Can I go ahead? I need to sell this, no? That's the table topic. Okay. In this hot summer, what more can I ask for? Without this cap, I just cannot go out of my room, of my house. I cannot step out. This hat protects me from ultraviolet rays, so-called. People love to take vitamin D nowadays, but still, when they go out, they do take an umbrella from the scorching heat, from this loo, whatever we call this. So this hat protects us from the heat, and I would like to see this hat. See, this has got so many lovely colors, and the print is so nice. I can see that the dots and everything else. The black is my favorite color, I'm sure. For all of you, black might be favorite color of yours as well. So please go and buy this, and this comes very cheap. This comes at a price of only ₹20, and 20 rupees for a hat, and that you will be protected in the sun if you go out. What else you can ask for? So please go and please buy this hat. And this hat is really lovely and designed by a very famous designer called Nana Jain. So please go and have a look, and please. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pragati. So we can have one more speaker today in this segment. Who wants to come? Sana? Okay. So.
Anyone having problem with ballot paper cutting it? Anyone? Yeah. I just told it. So for 1 minute, wasting 1 minute, I have to speak. So what I learned for selling, you don't have to just use their needs. I use their needs, so I just told it. I don't have to speak longer. Bro, thanks.
we have 15 seconds more. Tell us about the quality of. Yeah. Right.
It's already told, bro. Why? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kana. That's it from my side. Is anyone interested? Just one last. Ritvik, I think is interested. Come on, Ritvik.
TM Navya, I am also interested, although you may not
Hey,
include
Toastmaster
me in
Rashmi then.
evaluation. You may not include me in evaluation, but I want to try.
Here's your product, Toastmaster Rashmi.
I just cannot. It's a headphone.
Yes.
Hi. Who doesn't want this headphone? I believe each one of you sitting in this room want it. Don't you? Yes?
Yes.
Good. While I am speaking at that time, I think when people like me on virtual stage are speaking, all of you need it. And not only to listen to the speeches, you also need it to listen to your favorite songs. While anybody may be speaking and you may plug in your favorite music and you may want to listen it, isn't it? This is not a simple headphone. Believe me. This is a very special headphone. It was used by one of the most beautiful lady. Yeah. Aishwarya Rai. She has just auctioned it. Now, anybody interested? Yes. If I sell it for 100 rupees.
Gold.
Nobody. Yes or no? Sold. Oh, thank you very much. I thought of reducing the price if you would not sell. But if you are ready, then good. That's good. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. We are short of time, but I think the audience is loving this segment. That's why Ritvik is constantly telling me to call him. So one last Toastmaster Ritvik. We just have 1 minute. We need to wrap up with this segment.
Okay. Remember the time of your life when your mother used to pack the beautiful concoction of taste, love, and flavor into your tiffin box? Yes, you guessed it right. It's Maggi. What of a different twist? It's a pasta. Well, I feel when I look back at my childhood, I used to open that tiffin box in my classroom with the recess, and my friends used to come hovering over the tiffin box and take it away. No wonder that simple cake of Maggi used to give me butterflies in my stomach, and when I used to have that, it used to give me different levels of satisfaction. So, this is Maggi pasta for you, not a commodity, but a feeling, but a nostalgia. It's for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritvik. Now we are finally done with our CDTM art session segment. Thank you for loving this segment. I never thought this could turn into such a fun activity today. Thank you, everyone. Back to TMO.
Sorry, what was it?
So now that we're done with this segment, now I'll ask the board balance to be put up in the Zoom call group, and the people who are with us in the physical meeting tell us who was the best speaker in the favorite topic segment.
The names were Toastmaster Umika, Toastmaster Gaurav, Distinguished Toastmaster Deepak, Toastmaster Anand, Toastmaster Pragati, Toastmaster Kanav, and Toastmaster Rashmi, and finally Toastmaster Respect.
Second? Yes. Okay. So this last person needs no introduction. But I'm going to give him an introduction anyway. The way he speaks almost paints a picture in front of you, in your head. The way he Okay, as I was speaking, the way he speaks almost paints a picture in your head. The way he tells his story almost makes me want to hear it continuous for like 1 to 2 hours. If it wasn't for this meeting, if it wasn't for the time, please help me in welcoming TM Sabargirish with his title segment, My Book, My Book.
Writers, authors, printers, publishers, brothers, sisters, and all others. In all my 3 decades of life as a literary critic, I have never had an opportunity like this to have 10 celebrity authors right here with us. Each one of them have earned their stars authoring books which have hit the top charts all over the world. And it is indeed a privilege for us to have them here to come over and talk to us, introduce their books, and tell us what inspired them, what motivated them to write what they wrote. And this, ladies and gentlemen, I consider a true privilege. Without wasting much time, I would like to call the first celebrity author right here on stage. And may I have the privilege of your hands clapping together when I call Toastmasters Simran. Welcome. Most of you may not know this, but in this entire world full of self-help books, there is only very few who have actually told us things which can help you develop yourself. And here is one person who has repeatedly written books on self-help, which has made a difference in not just our life, it has even made a dent on the GDP of countries. Without much ado, I would like to call upon Simran to introduce her book, which has just hit the market a few weeks ago. And the title of the book is The Art of Cockroach Farming. Simran, introduce your book, please.
Let me tell you one thing. Rather, let me ask this from you. Has it ever happened to you that you've entered into the bathroom in the middle of the night, switched on the light, and there it is? That bloody cockroach sitting in the corner, waiting for you to come in to pounce at you. Now, naturally, I hate to stereotype, but it's true. As a girl, I'm scared of cockroaches. I'm sure even men are, right? But you know what's worse than cockroaches? flying cockroaches. They conquer the land and the air. And that is stronger than any navy, any military, I'm so sorry, or any other superpower in this world. Forget China, forget Russia, forget US. Now here's how I think the art of cockroach farming really changed our world in the last few decades. Cockroaches, not many know this, but cockroaches have very high protein. In fact, all insects are very high in protein, which is something we direly need, especially as you know this whole tide of veganism and vegetarianism that's taking over countries. And that's what I talked about in my book, hitting two birds with one stone. Getting over the fear of flying cockroaches, of normal cockroaches, or baby cockroaches, or grandparent cockroaches, of that but entire generation at the same time feeding us, getting us protein, making sure that we are not, killing cows and animals and larger animals that cause a huge impact on the environment. And this is how not only did I save people's mental health, but also save GDP and the planet, thanks to my book. And thank you so much to everyone else for appreciating my work.
Thanks, Sundar, for your time and introducing your book. It is definitely a practical guide, and therefore many here who look so fascinated by what you said that in the future you might see many of them with visiting cards as cockroach farmer. Well, I have my next author here, who is someone who has actually created a frenzy in all the tech world. For he believes that he is not what he is, but he is someone else. Let me call upon Toastmaster Ankit to please come over. Ankit has worn many hats in his life, but the last one was a revelation that came to him some years back, and which he has been insisting to the rest of the world through his book. And his book, which is now a raging success, is titled, I Am the Real Elon Musk.
Thank you, Deputy Master. Finally, the moment has come where I am in front of all of you. You have been seeing me over your television, over internet portals. Look, I am real Elon Musk here. The person who is there, the person whose photo is flashing here is not the real one. I am the one who is the real Elon Musk. What topic actually is?
That you believe you are the real Elon Musk, not him.
Okay, I am the real Elon Musk. The reason is that the bank account from which funds have been transferred to Twitter, my account has been deleted. And now, from tomorrow onwards, you will see my impact on the Twitter. What they are going to tweet, totally different kind of thing. I will mention what you are going to tweet. I will sell this tweet well in advance, what is going to be tweeted. So entire market will be there, a whole new phenomena, whole new world. I don't want to reveal much, because if I reveal everything, why will you buy my book? Because this book is going to cost you so much, $1,000 US. But possibility might, it's free because I am here. Launch the book. Over to that.
He's giving me ideas now. If he is Elon Musk, then I am Bill Gates. Gentlemen, in the genre of romantic novel, I think there is no one who has got such a shining career, who has had a career like this. There is no match for her. She has written innumerable ones, which one after the other has made us cry and laugh and smile and fall in love again and again and again. And here is someone whom I would like to introduce, and that person is Toastmaster Shubham.
I really do not know after having read the book what to say about it. I'm in tears, but the title says it all. The title of her book is I Gave You My Heart, but You Sold It Online.
Well, the title is so good. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but I say you must judge my book by its cover. Please do. And as Toastmaster Ankit has already told his discount, my offer is buy one, get one free on my book. Well, as hard as it might be for you all to believe by looking at me, my book is based on personal experiences. Yes, there was someone who I gave my heart and soul to, and he did sell it online. And I'll tell you what, when I was in 12th, I was waiting that, okay, once all of this is over, I'm going to meet him, the man of my dreams. I'm going to have so much fun with him. We're going to go out every day. We're going to have lunch together. We're going to sit together. But then, guess what happened? My love, Delhi University was shifted online. My dreams were sold online. That guy, Delhi University, I could not see him for the next 2 years. Online, I would try to say, yes, I'm present, but he would just not see me. Finally, when I lost all hope and faith, another guy came into my life, IP University. And he finally declared a fully virtual to physical mode of conducting classes. That's when I decided that I'm going to get over Delhi University. I'm going to change my course. I'm going to go towards IT University. Guess what? Another benefit. Delhi University, well, it's public. So it's just about anybody can come. But IT University has got some standards because it's a private university. So it's got infrastructure like no other. So I'm probably keeping an eye on getting something for inheritance. So IT University, yay! All the people from IT University, can I hear a cheer? IT University, yay!
Thank you so much. A close-up secret that she is now offering self-help book on how to marry a universe. Gentlemen, autobiographies are always fascinating. It is one place where most of the people actually never hide behind any screens or facades. They tell what they have in them to the world without any kind of restriction. And here is an autobiographer who has made a phenomenal book, which will actually make you think, worry, as well as feel empathy for. Can I request the author, Toastmaster Karan, come on stage? I will request him to introduce his book. It is titled Autobiography of a Crook and a Convict.
Thank you very much. Life has never been so easy and so difficult at the same time. When I started my journey from a small village and when I came to Delhi, everyone I met seemed to be very clever, seemed to be very confusing. And at the same time, when now I am here for a few years, I find everybody so sweet. But why do you think I got this intention? When I first started living in Delhi, I thought every other person is going to pick my pocket. The way I used to walk in metros is there. When I used to go out or when I used to go to study, I used to keep my wallet and my mobile phone deep within my bag and then also close the bag a couple of times, keep it close to me. But eventually I realized, okay, not everybody in Delhi is a pickpocketer. And then eventually when everything started making sense to me, I found a family of friends who are beyond everything for me now, to whom I can talk and with whom I can share my story. The secret revealed behind this book is my journey where I did a lot of things without my father's support. While every one of us not everyone, most of us have both the parent support. I did not have it. And it was not easy for me to do it. But eventually, as my dad says, the show must go on. And the show did go on, and show will keep going on. Thank you, and back to you, favorite topic.
We are all have always been fascinated by the detectives and the crime thrillers. And there are very famous feminine crime thriller authors like Agatha Christie. But we have here someone today who has mastered this art and made a perfect Sherlock Holmes out of a crime thriller. May I call Toastmaster Pooja Kuteja to come on stage. She is very reticent, predictably so, because crime thrillers are never out in the open. Pooja, thank you so much for joining us today. A lovely book it was. Can I tell them the title of your book? I'm going to tell you the title of your book, a crime thriller, which is actually bursting the charts now. Who stole my yoga mat?
I remember last year exactly this time, I woke up like every other day for my yoga. It was 5 a.m. I just walked out of my door and I realized I forgot my yoga mat. I went back. The door was locked. I got scared and I couldn't figure out how that happened. I ran the door and I realized that the door just got locked on its own. Then I went inside the room and I looked for my yoga mat, but it disappeared. And I kept looking for it in another room. I ran to the terrace. I thought maybe while walking I might have just taken it upstairs, but it wasn't there even. Then I came downstairs and I still couldn't find my yoga mat. And it's been 1 year since I'm still looking for it. And my dear friends, fellow Toastmasters and guests, you will have to read my book to know where my yoga mat was. And yes, for CDTM, there is a discount of additional 20%. And there is no one-on-one free as offer was given by my author, Toastmaster Shivangi Visit. Thank you so much.
But you never told us who stole the yoga mat. You are trying to sell the book. If you need any help, we have a professional convict here, you can ask him. Last but not the least, let us talk about an institution which has grown like a tree with many branches all over. It is represented in every part of the country. It has helped many, many people to stand up and actually roast other people. And this organization has such an international reputation, millions of people actually joining it. And today, if you want an authoritative, substantive book which says everything about this organization, here is the author who has seen it all and done it all. May I request as the last topic of the day, as last author of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Menon to enlighten.
I think I know the book. It's Rose Master.
Well, it's a story that he has been, it is in his DNA. He cannot live without it. And he is partly responsible for letting this organization grow so much. And we are indeed privileged to have you here, sir, to tell us about this organization and about your role. And the organization, the book is titled The Rise of Roast Master. Deepak.
20 years ago, I had absolutely no idea how to roast. And then I ventured into a club meeting. I was forced to go there.
I had not willingly ventured into it. It was all about roasting. Now they had a Spitfire right in the middle of the room. Not a room like this. It was open air. It had walls around, but it was open air, and there was a Spitfire right in the middle. Then people would come up and speak, say something, and then throw something into that Spitfire. It was a very funny ritual that seemed to be going on there. Until there was something called the table topics master who said, we're now going to have table topics. So I thought they're going to maybe take some things from the table and start putting it into that Spitfire. No, they called upon me to roast. And they said, first you've got to speak. Only then can you roast. Without speaking, you can't roast. This was such a challenge. And I realized I needed to become a roast master. And there I was, walking into the club as a member of Roast Masters. My friends, today, Roast Masters has captured the attention of the entire world. We are in 155 countries. There are only 180 countries in the world. We still need to conquer another 25 countries, and we'll soon get there. But 155 countries swear by the Roast Masters. Anywhere you look, whenever you need a roast, you have to only look no further beyond the Roast Master. And the next international president of Roast Masters International, I'm proud to say, is distinguished Toastmaster Sabri Girish Kanjuli. Thank you, sir.
Distinguished Roast Master Deepak Menon, I wish you all the best for your armies to charge on to the remaining 30 countries and roast them all nice and proper. Well done. With that, we come to the end of this session. Thank you for the time that all the authors and writers have given us. They just prove that they are not just mere writers, they are equally good speakers. With that, I hand over to the Toastmaster. Thank you so much. I think we all know what time it is. Time for the ballot. So, can we please have the ballot in the Zoom meeting as well as people who are in the physical meeting can share the physical, you know the term, right? So,
table topic speakers, Toastmaster Simran Thapriyal, Toastmaster Ankit Sinha, Toastmaster Devangi, Toastmaster Karanveer Singh, Toastmaster Pooja Bhutesha, and distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Menon. 6 speakers today. Please vote for the best.
So, are we done with the votes? Okay. So let me now call upon Elon Musk himself, Mr. General Evaluator, TM Ankit.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. This was a really special day. Why we joined Toastmasters? Joined Toastmasters. Here we got immense chance to speak. Come over stage again and again and again, express our thoughts. So it's time to evaluate what we were speaking or here or in between. For this, I have my team. Let's call first evaluator from the team, and our first evaluator is Toastmaster Pragati Jain, who is going to evaluate segment number 1. That means speakers who have given these speeches
segment number 1 will be evaluated by. So Toastmaster Pragati, stage is all yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator, and good evening, dear friends. So, coming to the number one person is TM Ritwik. He was, as usual, bang on the topic, and he went as quick as a flash. But he could have incorporated a little humor in his story, and the speak was as fantastic as always. Now, going to speaker number 2, TM Vedant. He showed us a live visit of his engineering college, that what happened in his classroom. The speech was quite humorous, and what I would suggest the speaker that he could have summed up a little better, and it was absolutely wonderful. Now going to the next speaker, TM Ritu. She just nailed it by describing that how can one put a pizza, a pineapple on the pizza. She could have also added some bizarre combination like putting a bottle guard on a pizza and things like that. And at the end, she summarized it quite well by saying that after all, it's a personal choice of everyone. And going to next, Toastmaster Deepak. He engaged, he started his topic with his personal experience, and he also showed how important it was in his life. And I thought it was quite philosophical, and I'm sure all of us could resonate with him. And he could have used a little more drama in his actions. And by summing it up, it was quite in confident deliveries. Now going to next person, TM Arun Prajapati. Due to technical glitches, I could not hear its speech. I'm very sorry about that. So I asked Mr. President of this club that please summarize, please give evaluation for his speech. Now going to Toastmaster Pragya. The speech was his personal experience in a very storyful manner, in a very visual manner. We could actually went with her, and we could see that, you know, how she opened a cupboard and took out sheets, and what her mom actually why she asked her, okay, why you have taken these sheets with you. So it was like a takeaway for everyone of us, the lessons, the moral, and she could have also summarized little well. Now going to TM Rashmi. She was absolutely fantastic, and the audience was could connect with her, whatever she was saying. And she raised a topic which is very common in everyone's life. You know, whosoever has children or like teenagers at home or kids at home can very well relate with her, whatever she was trying to convey. She was engaging throughout, and could have added little story to it, but it was absolutely fantastic to, you know, listen to her. Thank you so much, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pragati. Time to welcome our evaluator number 2, that is Toastmaster Shanti of Orvis. Toastmaster Shanti, your stage is all yours. Okay, we have offline evaluators. So please welcome Toastmaster Vedant.
Okay, so today I'm going to evaluate the CDTM art. It was one of my favorite segment of this meeting today. And the first speaker was Toastmaster Omega. I really loved the way that she connected bottle with the grant of wish, that wish granting sort of topic. And I really loved your confidence, your voice modulation, your voice modulation was perfect. But I think there was something missing. You didn't talk about the cost of that bottle. Otherwise, I would have surely bought it. In the second speaker, we had Toastmaster Bhavya. You talked about the mask, and you used a word, a really good word, which was epitome, and you said it in a very beautiful manner. I really liked it, and you were connecting it with COVID going. Your confidence was really nice there, and I really loved your way of the showing of fingers. Like many times you were showing like this, one, like that, and it was very good. Your hand gestures were perfect. Now the third speaker we had was Toastmaster Deepak Menon. You talked about scientific calculators, Well, I must tell you, it's very costly. It comes at 950 rupees, not 50. And but I really loved your body language. Your hand gestures were just perfect. You are a very experienced Toastmaster, I think, the most experienced here one. And the way you said seconds, wheel the path, magic is with you. So that one or two words that the emphasis that you put there, it really connects the whole audience, and the whole environment gets energized. So kudos to you. The fourth speaker we had today was Toastmaster Bhavanand. You talked about alarm clock, and the best thing that I liked about you is that you didn't stop anywhere in between. Like you were speaking continuously from the moment till the end of your time. And I was noticing and I was seeing that your hand gestures were like this. You were making like your hand gestures like this and this, and sometimes they were like that. So it really connects with the audience. So I would like to say that keep it up, and you have really improved a lot in this time. The fifth speaker we had was Toastmaster Pragati Jain. You sold that monster cap. Like I was, I was waiting that you could have connected this symbol with that monster cap, and you connected it with the really present situation, that the very high temperature of Delhi. You talked about vitamin D, scorching heat, UV rays. And you sold it in a very cheap price, like 20 rupees. Well, you won't get a cap in today's time at 20 rupees. And my only recommendation for you to be that your like in the while I was watching you on the screen, your face, like your whole body was not visible. So I could not see your hand gestures or your, like, apart from your facial expressions. So you could have adjusted a little bit of your camera in a better way. That's the only suggestion. Now one more thing, you had a very good presence of mind. You connected that thing with Nana Jain. I think she might be your sister or your family member. And then we have Toastmaster Kanab. You sold a scissor, and the best part is that you sold something in a very least time. Like I think you only sold it in a matter of 10 seconds. And I could sense the positive energy when you came here on stage. And your confidence was like this was something that I had not seen in the past meeting. So kudos to you. Next we have Toastmaster Rashmi Sikri ma'am. You sold a Bose headphone at 100 rupees. like I think I too am thinking of purchasing that Bose headphone, and let me tell you, it's not that cheap. And I really love the way you connected it with Aishwarya Rai, and your hand gestures are really perfect. So no suggestions from my side. The last we had Toastmaster this week. You sold noodles, or I can say the Maggi pasta, hovering, and you really use that good words like hovering over the board, and that voice modulation that you did there. But a feeling, but a nostalgia. After a few words, you just lower down your voice. It really makes a great impact on the audience. So that's all from my side. It was a wonderful event. Thank you.
Please welcome our evaluator number 3, Toastmaster Bhavya, on stage.
A very good evening to each one of you here. The evaluation for the third segment. I would like to start from the bottom. That is the very last speaker. The very last speaker, Deepak Menon, DTM sir. The topic was Rise of Growth Masters. That was the book that he got. I would say that there was a very beautiful choice of words. Throughout the speech, I could actually picturize many things. That okay, there is an open sky, there are walls around, a fire going on, and many things. Lastly, it was full of humor, and the audience could actually relate to it. That is the best part of any table topic. One thing which I was looking forward to more was some personal story. Since Deepak sir has boundless experience, maybe he could have shared an experience where he actually felt roasted, and we would have come to know some other secrets. So yes, I was expecting that in his speech. Our second last speaker, Toastmaster Pooja, the topic was who stole my yoga mat. The best part was the personalized story was like a cherry on the cake. She talked about the sound and buy it to read it. That is actually something we look forward to when we are selling a book. So I especially love the particularities which were there in our favorite topic. One recommendation would be that Toastmaster Pooja, please have confidence in your words. Don't gesture to table student anger and please show me the card. You were doing great, absolutely fantabulous, I would say. That so there was actually no need to do that. Otherwise, it was a beautiful table topic. Then Toastmaster Karan, autobiography of Crook and Convict. The best part was the body language, according to me, how beautifully it synchronized with the words he was saying. The hand gestures, not that picturization, but whatever he was saying, he was actually making some very brilliant hand gestures with that. So I'm gonna remember it. Well done on that part. One recommendation from my side would be that it was bit of the topic. I was looking forward to that flavor of Crook and Convict, which was very missing till the very end. So maybe you can work on that part. Then Toastmaster Shivangi, I gave you my heart, but you sold it online. Oh my God, this topic had my heart at first when I heard it. So the best part was the impressive presence of mind. She started by personalizing it to the universities and that suspense that was there. Oh my God. One of the best table topics I've heard so far. So well done on that part. The formation of the content was very strong. One recommendation would be that the message was that although Toastmaster Shivangi said that you broke her heart, but there was IT University that gave her the desired things which she was expecting. So some simple message could be that don't fear to move on after the breakup, don't take life too seriously, you will eventually get things. So a message is very important. And your favorite topic had a scope of message. So that should be stated. Then Toastmaster Ankit, I am the real Elon Musk. What a wonderful topic it was. Commendation would be very simple and impactful structure. It was no fancy words, nothing very fancy, very simple and very impactful. It was going straight into our mind from his mouth. So I loved that part. The last pinch of humor added more value to it. And the message which I got from this brilliant table topic was that power of believing is massive. Today, he is accepting the fact that he is not the real Elon Musk. We don't have any proof. But he is also ensuring us at the same time that tomorrow I will be and you will be that confident. So that is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And the first speaker, Toastmaster Simran, the art of cockroach forming. If I would have got this topic, I would have seen hidden my face somewhere that I am going, I am on. But hats off to the challenge, Toastmaster Simran, speech in front of all of us. The best part was very appropriate body language, amazing vocal variety, and a blend of serenity and assertiveness was there. I really loved the kind of voice she was having. Although she was having very assertiveness in whatever she was saying, but at the same time, there was a very humble, very physical speaker inside her. So well done on that part. One recommendation would be that conclusion could have been a bit better. Maybe I felt that, but I thought in my opinion, it was a bit hazy. You could have maybe taken some more seconds, calmed down, and then gave a very good conclusion because it was a very brilliant table topic going on. And all in all, I would say it was absolutely fantabulous table topic, and this was one of the hardest evaluation I've done in my whole Toastmasters journey. Thank you so much. Back to you,
It is not easy at all to evaluate 7 to 8 speakers that in 4 minutes. Our 3 evaluators have done this job. So just to commend them, time to vote and choose who is the best out of these 3. I have chosen mine. Here is a stick. It's time to choose yours.
We had 3 evaluators, Toastmaster Pragati Jain, Toastmaster Vedant Pradhan, and Toastmaster Bhavya Bansal.
By the time you are voting, I am going to give my brief evaluation for the evaluator. First, for the first evaluator, Toastmaster Pragati. She covered everything, all the aspects in detail. So, great job. Just one small piece of recommendation is that she should try to give one recommendation that is in the objective term, not subjective term. She could have said, organization was good, however, working is needed on the other part. Our second evaluator, Toastmaster Vedant, I love his evaluation because it was topic specific. In case of table topic evaluation, we do not have any objective.
The whole idea behind table-topic evaluation is whether the speaker was as per the topic or not, whether he did justice to the topic. So he presented everything in detail. Just one or two recommendation is that his hands were folded. He could have avoided this thing, and he could have used third person approach rather than saying that you did this thing. Said that speaker the name of ideal evaluation was Toastmasters Bhavya. Amazing job, well done. She covered so many things in just 4 minutes time. That was well crafted, well crafted. Everything. Do not have any recommendation for it. So it's time to call reports from our auxiliary role players. Our first role player is Toastmaster Kanav. Kanav is all ready with his report. He is stand up. Stage is all yours.
So this was my first time. I did some mistakes. Started it a little late. So there were two. One couldn't complete the time. TM Ritwik couldn't sell the Maggie in 2 minutes, 1 minute. Huh? So she has to complete 1 minute. And TM Vedant, it took his valuation more than 4:30 the time. So I am with my report. First, TM Ritwik, 1.38 seconds. TM Vedant, 1.28 seconds. TM Ritu, 1.12 seconds. Guest TM Deepak, 1.10 seconds. TM Arun, 1.48 seconds. Guest TM Diksha, if I'm not wrong, 1.35 seconds. TM Rashmi, 2 minutes. TM Yumika, 1.40 seconds. Guest TM Bhavya, 1.57 seconds. Guest TM Deepak Menon, 2.14 seconds. TM Bhavanand, 1.47 seconds. TM Pragati, 1.28 seconds. TM Kanu, why am I doing 1.03 seconds. TM Rashmi, 1.16 seconds. TM Ritwik, 53 seconds. TM Simral, 2 minutes. TM Ankit, 1.37 seconds. TM Shubhangi, 2.07 seconds. TM Karanveer, 1.144 seconds. TM Pooja, 1.34 seconds. TM Deepak, 2.17 seconds. And sorry for the last, I'll end it soon. The evaluator, TM Pragati, 3.2 seconds. Vedant, 4.42 seconds. And TM Bhavya, 4.04 seconds.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kanav. Time to welcome our language evaluator, Toastmaster Bhavanand. Are you ready? Yes.
What a series session. So let's clap for each other. Everyone has spoken serenity state of mind. Is it not?
Yeah.
And what a wonderful session conducted by TM Pradyuman, then selling off some materials, watch, Kelsey by TM Nabya, then wonderful session by TM Sabri Grace. So I enjoyed a lot. I hope you all have enjoyed a lot. And today, word of the day, serenity, that are used by many of us. TM Rasmi 1 time, TM Pooja 1 time, TM Arvind 1 time, TM Bhavya 1 time, TM Pradyuman 1 time, TM Arun 1 time, and a few more of us have also used. So thank you, all of you, and over to General Evaluator.
Please welcome our next role player, Shashank, over virtual stage.
Thank you, General Evaluator. First of all, I would like to apologize. Due to my bad connectivity issue, I was not able to evaluate few members. Now, coming on to my report, Toastmaster Navya has used two times. Toastmaster Karanveer has used one time. Toastmaster of the day Anmol has used two times, and there was a short pause one time. Toastmaster Kanav has used three times, and there was a short pause two times. Toastmaster Rashmi has used three times. Toastmaster Pooja has used two times. Toastmaster Arvind has used two times. Toastmaster Pradyuman has used one time. Distinguished Toastmaster Sabri Girish has used three times. Toastmaster Pragati has used two times. Toastmaster Simran has used three times. Toastmaster Vedant has used seven times. Four times. Like three times. And rest of the members were flawless. At last, I'd like to urge everyone to refrain from using these filler words to become an efficient speaker. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Please welcome our next role player, Toastmaster Rashmi Sikri, playing parliamentarian for the team.
Clap, 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 clap. Goes your hand. Clap, clap, clap. Yes, give a big round of applause for each one of you. What a fantabulous and mesmerizing meeting it was. Everybody was impeccable in his or her code of conduct. Everybody, as I got feedback from TM Shivangi, in the physical room also followed all the code of conduct and tried to maintain a congenial ambience in the room. As far as virtual platform goes, yes, again, only one recommendation is there, that yes, again and again, the videos were switched off. Right now also, Pragati's video is switched off. So we can improve upon this. I'll keep on urging this, and I believe every time this is the only request that is done. Besides that, everything was fantabulous. So congratulations to you all, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rashmi. Time to call our last role player on the stage to check whether we were actually listening or not. Please welcome Toastmaster Pooja. And one more thing, since this thing has been introduced again, I believe goodies needs to be restored back with our reward of our active listening.
Like I said, listening is the most important skill, even than having a good speaking skill. I tried to listen with a lot of serenity today. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, did you listen well? Well, we shall know that. So to start with, who mentioned that he is bored in the beginning of the meeting? That's right. Also, I would request members to raise their hand, and I will pick and choose who answers. Otherwise, I know the best listener is going to give all the answers. What was the struggle of our joke master? That's it, just one hand. I'm sure all of you are hungry now. Toastmaster is right. What was the struggle of our Toastmaster today? He mentioned that it was my very big struggle. Yes, Toastmaster.
Struggle speaking English?
Yes, that's right. TM Mogi has become very attentive. Whom did TM Mogi refer to as actors? Who is magnetic according to Toastmaster Anmol? Yes, Toastmaster. Yes, right. Which is the most beautiful view as per Toastmaster Vedant that he has seen? Yes, Toastmaster Navya. See how many girls?
18.
Not bad. We have time. As per Toastmaster Navya, the Toastmaster of guests to come up, I actually forgot the question. I'm so sorry. Okay, what was Toastmaster Karanveer scared of while living in Delhi? So everyone heard this. Who was the first love of Toastmaster Shivani? Last question. What was the topic given to Toastmaster Ankit?
Oh.
Naveen took a new hand. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Sujan. So friends, it's time to choose who is the best out of these 6, not 5. Just must have also there. I have chosen mine. The one is.
We have timer Toastmaster Kanak, language graduator Toastmaster Brahmanan, half-counter Toastmaster Shah, parliamentarian Toastmaster Rashmi, listener Toastmaster Pooja, and Joe Master Toastmaster Arjun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivangi, for reading out the name. So since we are running a little late, I'm going to start a brief evaluation. So our side, let's start from the beginning. SAA, Toastmaster Navya Niti Makkar, she introduced the theme very well. Just one small piece of recommendation is that her hands were a bit folded, so like this. So when we are open up, audience is more receptive to our thoughts. Next, moving on to presidential address. Our presidential address is always top notch. He is always very confident. His content is relatable all the time. Just one small piece of recommendation is that rather than mentioning the story that we have already listened, I believe we will connect more with the personal stuff. When he mentioned about his personal thing, that I was doing this thing, that thing, then I was feeling more connected. So personal stories connect more rather than the tailor-made thing. Moving on to our Toastmaster day, table topic mania. So much energy throughout the meeting. It's all your mind, or if he helps you out.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, since you have executed all these things, so credit goes to you. So great theme. So many chances were given to even so many members came twice here. That's a great thing. Here we are here to speak. Just a couple of recommendations is that a table topic mania means that the participant do not know the topic, but the host knows what he's going to do. So preparation is needed. Being a host of the meeting, when the host team only is coming again and again, so there needs to be a flow of energy, preparation, everything needs to be there. In the opening portion, I could not see that he mentioned there was segment. I was not aware about the name of the segment. Next thing was so many fumbles could have been avoided. Hands were like this, could have been avoided. Energy should have been shared. Next thing, moving on to our auxiliary role player. First role player timer, Toastmaster Kanak. I believe his preparation was there, just because of nervousness, he was not able to deliver that much. There is improvement in performance. Just small piece of advice that be relaxed. No one is going to judge you out and present what you have prepared. Next role player, language developer Toastmaster Bhavanan. One strategy that I have learned from that fellow is speak. Take a benefit of pause. It works. And today it works. Great job. I believe he did not mention too much about the word of the day. Rather, he skipped the word of the day. Did you mention? Word of the day, yes. He skipped the word of the day. It was there on the WhatsApp group, but not in the actual space. And next thing is that he mentioned. Okay. Then in the report portion, that report could have been a bit elaborate one. Could have covered that what was the good and bad use. Next, our counter was well prepared. He presented his report quite well. Just small piece of advice that creativity is needed. We can incorporate, we can mention that a particular Toastmaster was using this word. He could have avoided that word. Rather, he's probably something like that. Some creativity is required. Moving on to our parliamentarian Toastmaster Rashmi Sikri. as usual, flawless, always, all the time, confident, so no recommendations for her. Our listener, Toastmaster Pooja Kuteja, she introduced her role very well. Even the questions were quite relatable because audience felt very much engaged. Just small piece of advice, as our evaluator also mentioned, there is no hurry. Be here, present your role, enough time is there. Next is joke master, Toastmaster Arvind. I believe even joke requires proper structure, and there is three jokes are not made. One long enough joke which has enough up and down will do wonders. Otherwise, joke was too good, it was related. Just little piece of working on the joke. Now moving on to our segment master. To resume, his energy was too good. When he was on stage, all the participants were trying to come on stage. Topic was very, very relatable. Just one small piece of advice is that we need to repeat the topic. Since the host knows the topic, just repeat one more time so that participant can have a feel what I'm going to do. Next segment master was Naveen Makkar. She was energetic. Props, the articles were chosen too good that was easy to connect. These were articles were not like that, difficult to say anything. So great job. Segment number 3, Toastmaster Sabari Grish. Amazing work, amazing work, amazing. Great selection. Even I could not have thought about this topic. And no one was raising hands because topics were like here. No one was raising hands. Even I was trying to hide, but the moment I was trying to read, he called my name. So great job. So many learning from me personally. I hope there were so many for you as well. All in all, great job for this kind of meeting, tabletop with mania. Please try to organize these kind of meetings in future so that we can have many chances to be here. Over to
What a brief evaluation by Elon Musk himself. By the way, is that copy of free book there for me, right?
Yes.
Can I buy a stock of Twitter as well? Of course. So it's time to say goodbye to me. And call our president, TM Karanveer, since we're running short on time, please TM Karanveer, come to the stage.
I hope you all had fun today. Well, I did, and I'm sure that you all did too. Everyone in our physical and our virtual room had a chance to come on stage and present themselves, except one. For them, we are going to have one last topic, if you all allow me. Navya, can we have that CDTM card back? Do we have something in that? Okay. So can you please give one last topic? Okay. Toastmaster Harsh, can you please come on stage? At the same time, I would ask all of you to please write down your vote for the best role player. The best role player from our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Anmol, the segment master, Toastmaster Pradyuman, Toastmaster Navya, distinguished Toastmaster Sabari Girish, and a general evaluated Toastmaster Ankit. Please give all the pages to Shivangi. while the votes are being counted, now it's time to give topics to Toastmasters Harshvardhan. The topic has been in front of his eyes. He could have thought a lot, but your topic for the day is notebook. Notebook, Toastmasters Harshvardhan.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. Do you see this notebook? This notebook is very helpful as we can write a lot of notes and it can be used in school also, in which we can make notes and study, and we can also play zero and we can also make aeroplane with it and we can pick up paper and throw it to someone and in return back they also throw this paper back, and sometimes the children throw this aeroplane towards the teacher and if the paper hits the teacher, then the children say, I didn't do this and he blamed the other students for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Harshvardhan. We can also write on notebook. Having said it, I have a very simple and amazing tip from one of my classmates that you can use to persuade anyone. Before going to anyone and telling about something, for example, if you want to say, let's say, CDTM is the best club. Of course, it is the best club. Maybe we can go to Toastmaster Anmol and say, "Yaar, tum samajhdar lagte ho. I think you are a wise man. Don't you think CDTM is the best club?" So I think you are a wise man. It's a good place to start if you want to persuade someone. Now it's time for the results. In segment number 1, who do you think was the best speaker? It was Toastmaster Ritwik. Can you please come on stage?
Thank you
very much. Who do you think was the winner of segment number 2? She was in segment 3. This was segment by Toastmaster Navya, CDTM card. Who was the best seller? Yes, indeed, it was distinguished Toastmaster Deepak.
One without a mark.
Segment number 3, whose book you found the most convincing one? Cockroach, Delhi University, or Toastmasters? It was the cockroaches one. Toastmasters Simran. Thank you very much. Who do you think was the best evaluator of the day? Was it Toastmaster Pragati, Vedant, or Bhavya? all the 16 votes which I got were for Toastmaster Bhavya Bansal. Yes. Thank you very much. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge her presence. She is our area director, Area E1, Division E, District 41. For people who don't know about geographies of Toastmasters, the Delhi division is called, a part of Delhi is called Division E, and Central Delhi part is called Area E1. And she is currently heading the area, ensuring all the clubs in that area perform really well, and she has been thoroughly supportive to Central Delhi Toastmasters as well. Thank you so much for welcoming.
Thank you so much. CDTM is a club which is on autopilot mode. They don't need my help, and you all are amazing. So that's all. Thank you.
Actually, not on autopilot mode. It's being piloted by currently.
Who do you think was the best auxiliary role player today? Indeed, it was a joke master Toastmaster.
I won't be able to do it.
Thank you. He not only did it, he nailed it. Please wait a moment while I write the name of the winner. Who do you think was the best role player today? The big hamper. Pradyuman, Navya, Sabarigiri, Ankit, or Rakesh? It was distinguished Toastmaster Sabarigiri. Thank you very much. That was all for today. I hope you all enjoyed. We are also looking forward to many more such interesting meetings. If you have some ideas, do share it with the EPs, and we'll ensure that we go through those meetings full of fun and energy and well within the time limit as well. Coming up next week, we are going to have elections for the post of BPPR and for the post of secretary. The nomination committee has been set up, and the rest of the details will be sent to you over WhatsApp. We will ask for the nomination on the floor next Tuesday, and since we do not have that much time, we are going to do this process directly next Tuesday on Tuesday's meeting. For those who are interested, they can send their names to the nomination committee's head, which will be announced on the WhatsApp group. Yes, Justin, I thought you raised your hand. Thank you very much. I think आप सब समझदार हैं that you chose CDTM for your Tuesday evening, and thank you so much for coming here today. Can you all come for a